Good morning. This is cranky old car guy Rob Harrington. I do my videos. I haven't even showered in the last 3 videos. I shower after the video, not before, because I don't give a fuck how I look. This is about, I'm dead, man. I'm a dead man walking. My days are numbered. And this is about all of you who live in fear and anxiety and this and that, the end of the world. Look, we were all dying the day we were born, okay? It's just a matter of time, and it's 100% success rate that death is going to visit all of us. I died 6 years ago in Colombia of a heart attack, and God just resurrected me. I have witnesses to this, and God resurrected me because I had a purpose, a mission. I had things I still had to do in this life. God's not going to take you till he's ready. And in my case, being this domestic... terrorist, question mark, really? What the fuck? Utilizing my free speech rights guaranteed to me by Constitution, and more importantly, by God. God gave me free will. God gave me the right to talk and speak my piece and share information with people. I have every right to do this and say whatever I want to say, as long as I don't threaten anybody personally with harm. All right? But to talk in general about history and about how revolutions are won and lost, and how crooked and evil the whole system is across the board, because it's all interconnected. Every dot connects everything, everywhere, everything, every time. And I tied it together. I figured it all out. And I hope you're watching my usury videos, because the usury laws that are in the Bible and in the Quran for Muslims and Christians say that usury was evil and it was a sin in God's eyes. And there was only one group left. Well, there's a lot of groups, but mainly one religious group, which isn't even a religious group, Zionists. Zionists aren't religious. Most of them are atheists, for crying out loud, but they trick you into fooling they're Jewish. They're not really Jews. They hide behind Judaism. They hide behind Judaism because now they got their victim card. Then now they can make you feel guilty that you're anti-Semitic. The Semites are Palestinians by DNA and geographical history. Facts, people. So when they play the anti-Semitic game, I laugh at them and say, I'm just anti-semantic. I'm against word games and lies and cons, and I always have been. I wrote those books, training on sales process, because sales is manipulation. But manipulation is only if you're screwing somebody. If you're using effective communication tools, then both parties are going to win. Think about that for a second. So it's a matter of ethics, of good versus evil. Am I doing the buyer right by being totally honest with them and giving them all the facts that they can make their best decision on what's best for them? That's called salesmanship, all right? Manipulation is me lying and cheating and stealing to just take their money and give them poor value and poor service. So know the difference between that. And then go back to the history of usury that the English and French and Spanish and Dutch kings and queens, Catholics, let's research that a little bit more, offered the license to loan money because the other religions weren't allowed to. And the kings and queens needed the loans from the Zionist class. Go back to Rothschild and his 5 sons spreading out all over Europe in 5 different countries, 5 different European financial centers of each country, to basically start the globalist push for what's basically a criminal clan, a gang. It's organized crime. That's what it is. And all our banks are owned by these same entities and bloodlines, and you can connect the dots all the way back. It's all history, guys. It's all out there now. The internet is not a horrible thing. It's a great thing, because now we're learning that even a lot of the history we've learned was a lie. That the Zionists, the Rothschilds owned printing presses. They published school books. They got into our school systems. And you wonder why we have all this craziness going. Well, divide and conquer. So I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. They're going to kill me. They're going to come after me, sure as shit. I guarantee it. And, it's going to be an accident, blah, blah, blah. Or it'll be a bullet in my fucking head. Or 3 bullets in there with a suicide note, right? So, no, I'm not suicidal. No, I didn't commit suicide. Yes, God's going to get me out of here when he's ready for me. I'm going to heaven. I ain't going to hell. I've had a good life, an honorable life, a decent life, and everybody who knows me will tell you that. And I was a used car guy for 40-something years, too, besides being a sales process trainer, consultant. I'm an expert on manipulation, an expert on sales process, an expert on getting people to say yes, but only if it's in their best interest. So will you say yes to, you want your freedom and your liberty? And yes, the Constitution. Our Constitution was the greatest document on government ever created. It was God-given. Those words, the concepts, the whole document, the pages of it. It was brilliant. So much so that over 100 countries took our Constitution, borrowed it, stole it, shared from it, whatever, to write their constitutions because it made sense. That when the government becomes too powerful and oppressive and tyrannical, the people have a right to get them out of office. And if voting's not working, if voting's corrupt, we have a right, we have a duty to change, not necessarily our government, but to arrange for all the political parties who are part of the criminal conspiracy, both Democrats and Republicans, for example, in the United States. We have a right and a duty. We can vote them all out. We can shame them all out. We can destroy all their financial programs by just not paying money to them, by knowing who our enemies really are true masters of our both political parties. And here's my proof on that. Look at the voting for genocide and child rape and dog rape, New York Times, not me, that Israel's doing upon, peoples of other brown-skinned peoples of other countries who are primarily Muslim. That's not God's will. God's not an evil, destructive, horrible entity. That's man manipulating God's words and God's religions so that the Zionists, who are not religious, it's a business criminal cult hiding behind Judaism to use their victim card, to use their form of history against us, to divide Muslims and Christians, to divide Jews from Christians, to divide Muslims and Jews. Okay? So don't make this a Jew thing, all right? It's not a Jew thing. It's a Zionist thing. Never conflate Zionism and Judaism. So, to wrap up, I'm just telling you the truth. But if you're too stupid to learn from history, to read, to analyze, to discern, the Bible says discern. If you will not discern, and you're taking in false prophecy and listening to false prophets, the Bible warned you about that. You're being conned. You need to share this video with every good person out there. And I don't care if you share it with Jews, with Christians, or Muslims. Because really, the three of us should all live in peace together and just say, look, if they believe in God, a God that's merciful and loving, and a God that does not support rape and genocide and theft and lies and all the other sins, why can't you support that God? The one who's against all that stuff, who's against all the evil, right? This is my dad's military ID thing. I'm going to put his dog tag on there. He's buried at Arlington National. My mom got buried there the other day with my dad. We're patriots. We're not terrorists. We love this country. We've been here since the 1600s, the Harrington family. And if I'm going to go out, my final obligation is to God and my country, who was meant to be the freest country in the history of mankind, not owned by Zionists, not owned by tyrants, but free. Because you have to finally ask yourself the choice. Do you want to say yes to your freedom and your liberty and that of your children and grandchildren and your friends and neighbors? There you go. There's your choice. Good versus evil. It really should be a simple choice. What's your choice today? Checking out real soon. Your brother Rob Harrington.